Now let's continue styling all these submenus, and in this case this drop down menu. And if you remember, we actually add 10 pixels inside the UL elements, and that's why you are going to have this space in here. And in order for you to fix that, let's go back in here, and inside this UL element, okay, right here, we are going to add, this will be the UL element, which will be the drop down menu. We are going to add margin and equal to 0, so we can eliminate that space that we add up here. Let me see if I can find that right here. Actually, we add 12 pixels in here, okay? So we are going to be overriding these 12 pixels down here with this margin 0. We are going to be eliminating those pixels. So right click, upload, click OK, going back, refresh. Now as you can see, those pixels have been eliminated. What we are going to do next is move all the li elements to the left so we can fill out this vertical line right here. Now let's click print screen inside the keyboard and then go back to Adobe, and inside here we are going to open a new window. New, click OK, and Control V. Then with the zoom tool we are going to click in there and calculate how many pixels we are going to have in here. Make a selection, and down there you can notice we are going to have 18 pixels. So let's go back in here, and inside the li elements, that will be in here, okay? These li elements. Let's click in there and apply a margin. Then we are going to apply 0. You know what? You can probably only apply margin left and you are going to be fine right there. Negative 18 pixels. Control S, going back, right click and upload. Click OK and refresh. Let's analyze this, and as you can see, now we are going to have all the li elements inside this space. The next step will be, of course, increasing the width inside here. And again, let me click print screen so I can check the space in there. Click on the zoom tool, right click, fit all, and Control V. Zoom in again, and again with the crop tool we are going to measure the width, and that will be 18 pixels. So we are going to add 18 pixels in here. That will be equal to 108 pixels. Let's click Ctrl S, and we are going to change the background color because I have been testing different colors and I decide that a good color for this submenu will be the color E5, E5, and E5. Ctrl S, going back, right click, upload, and click OK. Click refresh one more time, and there you have it. As you can see, now we are going to have a better drop down menu in here. The next step, of course, will be hiding this submenu in here, which will be a submenu from this product B menu. So let's go back. And again, if you analyze the HTML markup, right now you are going to have in here, and we are going to hide this li element. And in this case, well, we are going to hide the whole ul element, not only the li. So we are going to hide everything in here, and we are going to have the main menu ul right here, then a descendant ul, then we are going to have a descendant li, a descendant ul, and a descendant li. And inside that descendant we are going to have, let me click in here right there, and inside this descendant li you are going to have the ul descendant that we are going to be hiding. So let's go back, and inside here we are going to actually add right here, okay? We are going to add main menu hash main menu space. Now you can add the ULs if you want, or you can eliminate them if you want. It will be up to you. You are going to be able to accomplish your CSS styles with different selectors. That's the beauty while using CSS. And let me use li, then a descendant li will be the second descendant, and then the ul. Okay, now again remember, when we go back in here, we are going to be inside the li hover, and then down here we are going to be inside the li without the hover. So if we go back, we are going to add the hover in here, the hover right there. And remember, the li hover, when you put the mouse over this li, these li elements are going to be displaying, and at the same time the ul. So if you analyze this, when you put the mouse over the li, you are going to be hovering, and then this li and this ul element, which it is going to contain the whole li and the link, it is going to appear. And with this CSS selector, we are going to be eliminating that. Backspace, Control S, going back, right click and upload. Click OK, and refresh one more time. Let's analyze this. Now, as you can see, you are not going to be able to see anything. The next step will be when we put the mouse over this submenu. And when that happens, the submenu should appear. So let's go back and do that. Going back in here, and down here we are going to eliminate this negative left, which in this case will be hiding the ul element. Down here we are going to make it appear again. But again, you will need to make a selection in here, okay? And then comma and Control V. Then you are going to eliminate this hover, Control C in this case, backspace, and you are going to paste it down here. In this case, you are going to be hovering inside the second li element, and when you hover, this left will become equal to 0, and that will override this left in here. Control S and refresh. Well, upload first of all, okay, and refresh. Now we are going to check everything, and there you are. As you can see, now we have the submenu appearing down below, and it will only appear when we put the mouse over the product B. What you will need to do next is apply some margin inside this menu, because you will need to move this submenu all the way to the right in here, right there, and then you will need to move the submenu a little bit to the top, right there. Okay, you can notice that first to the right and then to the top. So let's go back and do that. So we are going to actually copy all this, Control C, and going down here, Control V, open the curly brackets, click Enter, and we are going to apply margin. Now you will need to know that I already measure the dimensions that we are going to be using. Okay, so we are going to have 0, 0 right there, and semicolon. If you want to keep measuring, you can go back to the template, print screen, and measure everything like we have been doing it in the past with the crop tool, and measure how many pixels you are going to move to the right and to the top. In this case, we are going to have negative 40 pixels, and that will be negative 40 pixels going to the top, and then 209 pixels going to the right. If we click Ctrl S and upload everything again, click OK and refresh. Now if we analyze everything, did you notice that? Now the menu will be working properly. Now let's go back to the administrator, and I am just going to show you something very quickly. Let's go to the menus and main menu and add new menu item. Inside here we are going to select external URL, and let's write down submenu 1 right there, and we are going to select the parent item from the product B. Let's click on Save and New, and the same process. Select external URL, and we are going to write down submenu 2. Let's click Save and New, And well, I forgot to change the modification inside the parent item, but I am going to go back to that modification after I finish this menu item. Click on select an external URL, and the name will be subproduct1. Then the parent item will be the product A. Let's click save and close and go back to the submenu 2 down here, right there, and change the parent item to product B. Let's click save and close, going back and click refresh. Now as you can see, if I put my mouse over the product A, you are going to have the submenu. And if I go to the product B, you are going to have all these submenus in here. And my friends, as you can see, you have built a beautiful drop-down menu only by using CSS. And believe me, this will be a huge factor when you want to build a good on-page SEO Joomla template. Because when you disable all the styles, you are going to be able to see all the menus in here. And you can use all your keywords inside these links. Let's go to the next video and start adding some details inside this drop-down menu.